Hello and welcome back to Non-League to Legend, where we attempt to go from non-league football management to winning the Champions League. We're back with Nottingham Forest for our third season in charge, and we've got two games for you today. The first one being against Swansea and the second one against Millwall in the Carabao Cup first round. If you are just joining us for the series, not to worry, I will pop a card up in the top corner. You can click on that one and go back to the start of the series so you can follow along from there. So we've done our transfers, not that there's been very many of them. If you haven't already seen it, go back and watch the last episode now to have a quick look at those ones. And we are ready for the new season and the match against Swansea, and we are going to jump straight into that one. This is a team we are going to be using for that match. It is Ward in goal, a back four of Williams, Colwill, Bernard and Sanderson. We've then got Garner, Mason and Ojeda in midfield, Alex Milan on the left, Asprilla on the right and Pellegri'S up front. And we are hoping that Pellegri'S can actually start firing some goals in again like he did at the start of last season. He was absolutely fantastic up until January, but completely useless after that, including in last season's playoffs. Hopefully we can rely on him to actually have a good showing here and get back into some sort of form. Obviously, we have now got a new striker that we've brought in the summer. We have got Del Taylor as well. New striker hasn't played any minutes for the club yet. Literally, as we signed him, I mean, the day before he signed for us, he injured himself and was out for 2 months. But he still looked like it was definitely worth bringing him in. So we still went ahead with it. Oh my goodness, what a start to the season. Ojeda, first goal in our third season for us there in less than 30 seconds into the season. That is what you call a good start. Fantastic highlights straight from kickoff there. Milan to Pellegri'S, managed to hold it up, twist and turn to get it over to Ojeda, coming forward into the box with that box-to-box midfielder role, hitting it, and it's straight in for our first goal of the season with the first shot of the season. I don't know if that's a good indication of things to come or not. We'll see how the rest of the match goes, I guess. But for now, we'll just praise the team, let them know we're pretty happy with that start. I think it's pretty much the start you would want to a season. As I was saying before, I was very rudely interrupted by a goal for our team. We have obviously brought that new striker in, whose name I can't pronounce and I don't remember right now. He hasn't played any minutes for the club yet, but he was definitely still worth bringing in despite being injured, just because of his potential and the fact that we did think Pellegri'S was going to leave. And I'm going to stop talking about him because every time I do, we score a goal. Or maybe I should continue talking about him. Maybe that's the key to success this season. We have got a corner goal there, the first one of the season. Williams swinging that one in for Colwill at the near post to just glance and nod home past Swansea. We are now 2-0 up and we're pretty much walking this one at the moment. Swansea haven't been in this match at all yet and it is all us. Williams with a big ball into the box. The Swansea goalkeeper does come out and claim that one, so nothing really coming of it, and it's going to be a big clearance from then. Williams got back straight from taking the throw in to go back and defend it. Pellegri'S now with a chance to go through on goal. That is an atrocious finish there. After a really good run to get himself in a position to take the shot. The finish, less than ideal really. And we do see top of the league at the moment on goal difference. Drawing with us is Luton, who obviously were one of our main rivals for those playoff spots and those promotion spots last season. Ipswich, I think, are a team that have just got relegated. Wolves obviously just got relegated. We did actually beat them last season in the cup, so we know we can beat them. But obviously, yeah, they've got relegated. They're a very, very big club to get relegated. They're the sort of club I'd always want to do that in a save. If I saw a massive club get relegated, like if I saw Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Spurs, City, anyone like that get relegated into the Sky Bet Championship, I do think it's a very intriguing save to go and do and get them back in. It's almost a rebuild. Williams here on the outside of the box into Milan, holding it back up. Dave's just playing a 1-2. Can Williams get a cross into the box here? He can't, but he does cut it back to Mason. Garner now. We're just keeping hold of the ball nicely while we look for an opening. Mason again. Garner. Once again, Garner with a cross into the box for Asprilla. Asprilla nodding that one home at the far post. It does look like it's going to be disallowed though for offside. It is going to be disallowed. It's a shame because that was some really fantastic build-up play there. Unfortunately, Pellegri'S just wandering offside enough that we feel like he's interfering with play. I don't really know how much he was interfering with play, but I guess the fact that it had to go over his head was enough for the referee and the linesman to feel like it was worth disallowing the goal. And can we just build another chance here from this? Mason just building really slowly until we get those balls through into the area. Mason through to Espria. Again, good link up play from those two, much like for that disallowed goal. We're 3-0 up now. I mean, again, if this first game of the season is anything to go by, then it's going to be a very good season. And I think the only benefit of having not made very many transfers this season is that all of our team have been playing together pretty much for a whole season. None of these guys, I don't think, that are playing today were even bought in sort of mid-season. Last year they did play a full year together and have come back. None of our new signings are in the team today as far as I remember. Well, no, actually I say that like we had any new signings. No, one of them isn't even on the bench, and the other one was Levy Colwill, who, although is technically a new signing for this season, was here last season. And I think while we're 3-0 up, maybe with this the time we take to try and start blooding in some of our newer players. So Max Delaney going to come on and make an appearance on the left for Williams. Williams not tired yet, but when we have got the occasion to sort of bring these players on, I think we do need to start doing it now, with a view to them growing into those players of the future. The likes of Ojeda, Yates and all of those sort of players aren't going to be here forever. Pellegri'S, another one who could very easily be gone by the next episode. He has a release clause. He still wants to leave. He's still unhappy. No one's come in and made a bid for him yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. As I say his name, he gets possibly the easiest goal that he will ever score. I don't think that counts as him being back in form. I think that counts as him having a pulse and being able to kick a football, really. That I don't know what Swansea were attempting there. I don't know why you would play that back to your goalkeeper when Pellegri'S has stood right in front of him. I'm not going to complain too much, and we have got one more change to make. I'm not sure where we make it yet. Who do we bring on? I guess we could bring on Otterson for Ghana. I think we take Espria off though, because Espria wasn't fully fit when we started, and we'll just bring on Fonseca there. Fonseca really not ideal for playing that side, but I think with 15 minutes to go and we're 4-0 up, we can probably afford to bring him on and just hold off Swansea for the rest of the game, really. I don't think they're likely to go and score 5 goals in the next 15 minutes. I really hope they're not, because I feel like I'll be getting fired in the morning if that does happen. It would be the most epic bottle job in football since last season when we didn't get promoted. Another highlight here though, come towards the end of the match now, and it has been a very comfortable match for us. I don't think Swansea even actually had a shot until the second half. So arguably they've performed better in the second half, but they've not really been too threatening today. Nitcham there, as I say that, going to come back and pull one back for them. But again, we've been way ahead on all of the match stats here. I don't think that's too concerning. They have, again, just managed to get with a bit of a through ball past our defensive line there. Maybe we're dropped a little bit too deep still, and it is something, if we do consistently see it happening, we can adjust as the season goes on. But not overly worried at the moment. If we're going to score this many goals every game, then defensively, if we're a little bit frailer than we'd like, maybe not the end of the world. That was some decent defending there, to be fair. After the cross was allowed to come in, the actual defending to prevent it turning into a shot, pretty decent. I'm okay with this. Swansea just being allowed here, though, to sort of play around with the ball, do their own thing. I don't want to see too much of this coming into the end of games, though, where we just sort of take our foot off the gas and allow teams to play around with the ball because we look like we've already run. I'd like to keep our foot on the gas, very much like this. Garner into Pellegri'S. Pellegri'S very close to adding a second to his tally, but that's kind of what I want to see at the end of matches, is us still attacking, still going for goals, keeping our foot on the metaphorical neck of the other team. I don't want to see us taking it off of it and then conceding stupid, sloppy late goals. But after one match, we're top of the league. Can we stay there for the rest of the season, though? That is going to be the big question this season. I think it's whether or not we're going to be able to maintain our form when we do hit good form. Pellegri'S getting a goal and an assist in that first match. We'll keep praising him. Hopefully he'll realise how lovely we are and eventually want to stay, because he's not particularly a player that I do want to be losing if I can help it. But now though, we will get over to that match against Millwall in the Carabao Cup. So quickly, before I do show you the lineup for this match against Millwall, we have made our final signing, I think it will end up being, which is this guy, Raul Bellanova. He's a right wing back who's going to be coming in as a bit of a backup for Dion Sanderson on that side. And although he's only, according to this, a 2.5-star current ability, he has got a bit of potential. He's only come in as a fringe player on his agreed playing time. And actually, I think his attributes are okay. His acceleration and pace is pretty good down that side for a wing back. And all of this, whilst not outstanding, is absolutely fine just to have a bit of squad depth. And I think when he does come into the side, he'll be pretty decent, and we'll be able to work that out today because he does come in to the side for this match against Millwall due to Dion Sanderson being suspended. So our lineup looks like this. We've got Ward in goal, back four of Williams, Colwill, Bernard and Bellanova. We then got Garner, Mason and Ojeda in midfield, Alex Milan on the left, Gretsch on the right and Pellegri'S up front. So a couple of changes from last match, but nothing too major. The only thing I'm not overly enamoured by is that does mean our entire right wing are people that we don't normally play there. Like Gretsch does come in and out of the team there and is going to be coming in and out of the team a little bit more, but he's definitely not a nailed on starter. And Bellanova, it's going to be his first match for the club against Millwall, but we'll see how they both get on. If the rest of the team perform like they did against Swansea, not going to be a problem. We just need them to go out and do that. And Millwall here straight on the attack from that throw-in, but we've managed to gain that back pretty quickly. Pellegri'S got a ball to run onto. He dinked the goalkeeper and it's 1-0. That does look like it was going to be called back for offside there, but it hasn't been. It's a fantastic counter-attack. We scored within the first 3 or 4 minutes there. Bellanova, the guy making that tackle on his debut, which allows then Pellegri'S to be able to run onto that ball. He's dinked the goalkeeper. Easy as you like. It's like he was never out of form. What was that I was saying before about Pellegri'S having lost his touch, and now it's 2 goals in 2 games. Admittedly, the first one, easiest one you'll ever see. Williams there with a swinging free kick, trying to get another goal for us. Not quite managing it. It has gone wide, but we're looking in pretty good form at the start of this season at the moment. Feeling a little bit more confident about this season, definitely, than I did. Definitely a lot more confident than I felt about the season going into it last season, and we made a bunch of transfers there, so by all rights I should have kind of felt a bit more confident. Pellegri'S obviously coming in the last summer transfer window is our record signing. Oh my goodness, I mean, that was almost just a really unlucky clearance there from Colwill, clearing it into the oncoming Millwall player, and it almost bounced back into our goal. Alex Milan has also just got himself a yellow card there. Just let him know to ease off of those tackles. We don't want anyone getting red cards and sent off in this match. Matches are hard enough as they are in the Championship without having players sent off. Pellegri'S getting his 3rd goal of the season in 2 games. He's definitely back in form. This is going to do one of 2 things for Pellegri'S. Either somebody's going to come in and go, yeah, we'll take a punt on him because he scores goal for fun and he'll be leaving. Or no one will come in and they'll just continue on this really good run of form. And it's going to be fantastic for us. I can't see, though, unless we manage to change his sort of perspective on the club and the fact that we're going to get promoted, he's not going to be around for long because he doesn't want to be around for long. And Pellegri'S has just got his hat-trick in the first half. I love the commentary at the bottom. He might well be man of the match. I feel like he might be. 3 goals in the first half. Yeah, he's doing all right, guys. Pretty much nailed on man of the match here, I would think. It just, every time he's scoring now, adds to the intrigue of when's he leaving. He wants to leave. He won't even discuss a contract with us. And quite frankly, if he scores loads of goals, then teams are gonna come in for him. Millwall almost getting a goal of their own though, and we are denying them through the post there rather than through the goalkeeper. Throw into us then. Bellanova taking that one, just throwing that one into the centre part for Ojeda to pick up there. Colwill now over to Williams. Williams to Milan on that left hand side. Can Milan outpace his Millwall defender and get a cross in. He cannot. Garner trying to get a ball into the box there. Hasn't managed it, but we have recycled possession pretty well. And Bellanova now with a cross into Milan. Milan getting that goal now, putting us 4-0 off. That was quite a nice cross from Bellanova there. Looks like the lad's going to be settling in just fine. Ojeda just finding Bellanova, who runs on to that ball, gets an assist on his debut there. Milan, again, ever since I said a few episodes ago that he couldn't head the ball properly and wasn't tall enough, I think he's scored every goal with his head since, just to prove me wrong and make me look silly. But now he has got that goal, we are going to be yanking him off, I think. Milan going to come off and we'll bring on Brennan Johnson on that right hand side. And again, I'm kind of looking at what players can we bring on to help them improve. Max Delaney could probably come on at the moment again for Williams, but that does mean we're changing that entire left side at once, so I probably won't do that. We'll bring on Otterson instead for James Garner. Keeps James Garner rested and gives Otterson some much needed match experience. We're 4-0 up against Millwall. Again, much like the Swansea match, they may score a goal now, but I don't think they're going to score 5, so I don't think we need to worry about it. Otterson can come on, get a little bit of match experience under his belt. Garner can put his feet up, watch the rest of the game. Now we are getting towards that 75th minute though. I will now bring on Max Delaney for Williams, which is just pretty much the substitutions I made in the last match, just bringing on the young players so they can get a bit of experience, a little bit of game time, hopefully develop as the season goes on. And then next season, all of these players is either to develop into first team nailed on starters and replace some of our outgoing players so we don't have to spend loads of money, because as we've seen with our transfer budgets, we don't really have a lot of money. I think our biggest transfer budget so far has been 1.7 million, and when we do want to buy players, we have to sell to buy. So either they can become the nailed on starters or they can become the transfer budget. All depends on how they perform. But either way, getting them some game time is always a good thing. And that, to be fair, very impressive episode. At least on the goal scoring front, I don't think we could have asked for a better start, really. Bellanova impresses on his debut. Pellegri'S scores a hat-trick. I wonder if I click on Pellegri'S now, if any more teams are suddenly looking at him. No, it is still just Sporting. I wonder if I offer him a new contract now. He still won't talk to us. He's still not interested at all in staying at the club. He is the one unhappy player that wants to leave to improve chance to get into national setup, and we're not letting him leave unless a ridiculously big bid comes in for him. I mean, at the moment, he's sitting at 24 to 27 million as his value. His release clause for clubs in a higher division, so only clubs in England and in the Premiership, 47.5 million. If we can get 47.5 million for him, I feel like we could do a lot of good for the club with that money. But Pellegrini potentially leaving aside, it's been a really good start to the season, banging in goals for fun. We've had 8 goals in this episode and 1 conceded. Can't ask for a much better start than that, and hopefully we can continue that good start to our season with the next few matches we have coming up. As always though guys, if you are interested in following with the series and supporting the channel a little bit, pop down below, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you hit the notification bell next to it as well, YouTube lets you know every time we upload. It is completely free, doesn't cost you anything, but does really help support the channel. Any way you do interact with your video is always very much appreciated. Let me know down below predictions, as we always do at the start of the season. Where do you think we are finishing this season with Nottingham Forest? I'll let you have a ponder on that, and I will see you over on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you there.